I broke up with my boyfriend 3 months ago because I thought he had stolen $846 from me. I just found the money. I can't say this on my main account, and I need to write this out, but oh my God, I fucked up. I fucked up badly. I just found the money. It was in the chest of drawers I put it in, but the drawer I put it in had a small opening in the back. I didn't know it was there, and the envelope of money fell down there. I would never have discovered it, but the drawers broke, so I was taking the chest apart and there was the envelope. It's the same envelope because it has my handwriting on it and the receipt from the bank. I have to apologize, but this is going to be so bad. I told my friends and family about this, about how I suspected that he had stolen from me since he was the only one in my house that day. No one else had a key, and I didn't leave that room or my house with the money. God, he lost mutual friends because of me. I ended a 2-year relationship over this. I just didn't believe him when he said he didn't take it. I hurt him for no reason, and then I blocked him. An apology won't be enough. I'm going to contact him tomorrow, and then I'll tell everyone else. Wow, I fucked up. Comment 1. After you apologize to him, you need to make sure you tell everyone. I doubt he will want to speak to anyone who didn't believe him, but they still should know the truth. Comment 2. You must defend him as loud as you slandered him. Comment 3. Over 30 years ago, I lived with a guy that I really, really loved. His sister came to visit and lost a couple $100. I got blamed for taking it. It was ugly. I cried so hard and just couldn't understand how anybody would think I would steal from them, especially him. We split up. She found it not long after I left. Even this many years later, I think about that every now and then, and it still hurts that I was called a thief when they were the ones that lost their own money. I lost some friends during all that. It sucks. I'm meeting up tomorrow with my ex, who I thought stole $846 from me. I was wrong since I found the money. I'm meeting up with him tomorrow. A little after my first post, I logged off and messaged him on social media. He read it within minutes and messaged me back. We have to meet in person to talk about this. He didn't want to discuss it further online, and tomorrow is the only day we are both available to meet. I do want to say that anything that I post here isn't an attempt to get sympathy or justify what I did. I'm aware what I did is wrong. I'm also not trying to get back with my ex or be in his life in any way. All I'm trying to do is apologize. The reason I made this second post versus doing an edit on the first one is because I don't know if edits are allowed, and I don't want the first post to be removed. Obviously, I can't undo what I did, but maybe someone who is about to make a rash decision might read it and realize how one decision can really mess up someone's life and to maybe think about it before they do it. When I made my post and realized it was getting popular, I thought about deleting it, and I almost did multiple times. There's nothing like having thousands of people tell you how wrong you were to really drive home the fact that you fucked up in a major way. After messaging my ex, I then went and talked to everyone I told in person, which was my immediate family and our 2 mutual friends. When I broke up with my ex, I only told my family and those 2 friends that I couldn't find my money and thought he had taken it. My family and those 2 friends were shocked but believed me. After messaging my ex, I told everyone the truth that I found the money, and they were all stunned. My dad was really disappointed because, though I never discussed it, he thought I had concrete proof for ending it. One of my friends was livid and went straight to apologize. The other friend's reaction was unexpected, and she just said okay and said she wasn't planning to message him. In addition to those people, I have told the guy I'm dating and the new friends I have made, just so everything is clear. I asked my family and 2 friends, is there anyone else you told me so I can clear things up? My mom had told a few family members, and I called them and told them what happened. They live out of the country and would never meet him. They also didn't really remember, but the general viewpoint I got from all of them was that I had to be careful with what I said because it could hurt someone. I then asked the 2 friends, one who said they had told her boyfriend and the other one said no one. The one with the boyfriend, who wasn't planning to message my ex, forbade me from talking to her boyfriend, and so it ended there. What I have done is told my family and 2 friends to give my number out if they remember the people they told, and if that person wants clarification from me. I don't care who it is. They can call me, and I will clear it up. I thought about making a public apology online, but I can't really do that now because this situation is too specific. I also really don't want random internet people knowing who I am, especially because of the messages I have gotten privately. Just a quick comment about these private messages. I appreciate the messages I have gotten from people who have been affected by rash decisions, lies from others, or people who have done what I did and how it affected the other person's life. It has made me realize how badly I could have ruined my ex's life, and I still don't know the extent to which I did, though I told a few people. However, there are the other messages, the ones where people are hateful, angry, racist. I never said what race I was. Or misogynistic. Never said what gender I am, and some of you really hate women. I just want to say, the person who hurt you, I'm not her, him, them. Okay, I'm sorry that happened to you, but saying hateful things to me isn't going to help you in any way and isn't going to stop you from feeling the way you feel. Going a step further and wishing that I'm tortured, raped, or murdered is even worse. So maybe work on that, and I realize that's ironic coming from me, but when you go to these extremes, you're even more screwed up than I am. It's only been 2 days, but that's basically it. This is probably going to be a long process for me, but yeah, these are the consequences. So, I'm doing what I can. Yes, I am aware that this doesn't fix what I did. I am aware that nothing I can do will fix it, but I have to at least try to make amends. Comment 1. Glad to see that you're taking massive accountability for your mistake. Hope there is another update after you've talked with your ex, but wishing you the best of luck in cleaning up this mess. Comment 2. It's impressive that you took steps to repair the ex-partner's reputation. I've had friends and colleagues make a few mistaken assumptions in the past, and I suspect that if any of them discovered their error, they'd be more likely to find a justification for their actions and leave the error in place. So, even though you won't be able to repair things completely, you will at least have made some effort to atone for your mistake. Update. So, I met with my ex and it didn't go great. We met at a park, and I can't even describe what happened. He went through several emotions from not wanting to see me again, to wanting me to explain, to yelling, to waking back and forth, and finally to wanting to try things again. I think the saddest part is he just started crying. Seeing him go through this just hit home how badly I fucked up badly, and I'm only now seeing the full extent of what I did through his eyes. He wants to be my friend. Don't ask me why he wants to be friends with me. Don't ask, I don't know why. And I'm against that. I'm not a good person to romantic partners, again, not trying to martyr myself, but he is insistent. He says that being his friend will help him heal, so I will try. I could have fucked up his life majorly, and I don't know emotionally, mentally how much I ruined him, so I'm going to try to help him the best I can. Yay, I'm aware I'm the asshole, but I'm trying. I know nothing will fix this, but I'm willing to try to help him since all of this is my fault. In the past week, this being friends might work out. Also, I put so little about what we talked about because that's what he's comfortable sharing. He also knows about these posts. These are a few questions I'm also answering just based on the endless questions I have been receiving. Again, anything I put on here isn't a justification of my behavior. I'm not excusing what I did. I am taking full responsibility for everything that's happened. Why did you not remove the drawers to look for the money? I removed the drawers to look for the money. The money fell through the drawer and into a hole in the chest. There were all new bills, so it was a pretty flat and thin envelope. When I removed the drawers, I didn't see the thin hole. When my chest broke, I was going to send it to the landfill. My landlord told me if I broke it up into pieces, he would get rid of it for me. Only when I broke the chest into tiny pieces did I find the money inside the inner portion. If I had just got rid of the broken chest without the drawers, I would never have found the money and I would still to this day believe my ex took it. Why did you have $846? I closed an old bank account I didn't use, and I removed the rest of the money and planned to go to my bank in the morning to deposit the money. Did you look for the money at all? I did. I looked for the money for 2 weeks. I went room by room and basically deep cleaned my apartment looking for it. I moved the drawers, the chest, and still didn't find the money. Why did you think your boyfriend took it? I have cameras covering my driveway and my living room. Once I deeply cleaned my apartment looking for the money, I went to the camera footage. This footage showed me getting out of the car with the envelope of money, walking into my house, and then walking into my bedroom. I heard myself tell my boyfriend where I was putting the money, so the next day, I went to look for it and it was gone. Thinking I would find it and then never find it in the next 2 weeks just made me suspicious. My ex was the only one in my house those 2 weeks, and he was the only one who saw me walk into my bedroom and put the money away. I convinced myself that he had taken it because he was the only one with me. The video footage in my head was the proof I needed because I saw myself walking into the house with the cash and him being the only one with me, and then the cash disappearing. Why is $846 enough for you to end a relationship? I genuinely believed he had stolen for me, and I just thought, why would I want to be with a thief? I did ask him if he had taken it, but he said no. I didn't believe him, and I eventually broke up with him because of it. Who did you tell? I told my 2 best friends the full details and told my family that we just weren't together anymore. I didn't go on social media or reach out to his family, friends, or acquaintances. Why did your mutual friends stop being friends with him? The mutual friends we had were my 2 best friends, and we've been friends since we were like 4. They became his friends because one worked in his field and another shared the same hobby as him. When I dumped him due to my suspicions, they chose to believe me and drop him. Why did your friend forbid you from talking to her boyfriend? She was embarrassed. I didn't know this, but she vehemently defended me to her boyfriend, who said I essentially had no proof that my ex took the money. In the moment, she just reacted and didn't want to be wrong. I take the blame for that because she just believed me as her best friend. I have since talked to her boyfriend and cleared up everything. She has also apologized to my ex. How are you in a relationship months after your breakup? I'm not in a relationship. I have gone on 4 dates in the past month before I found the money with this new guy, and we're not exclusive. I didn't realize dating meant relationship, so my bad. I did, however, give the new guy a rundown of what I did, and he's fine waiting for me to clear things up. Edit. Please stop messaging me privately about why he wants to be friends with me. I don't know, he said that we must try being friends. He's insistent on it. I have told him this is a bad idea. He doesn't think so. I also offered him the money already, and he said no. I offered to clear things up with his friends, and they knew nothing about it. I also didn't go on these dates with the new guy this past month. It was the month before I found the money, the month before my first post. Yes, I'm aware that's still quick after a 2-year relationship, since that's only 2 months. I also haven't seen the new guy since then, about a month, at all, except for a phone call telling him what happened. We're not in a relationship or exclusive. For all I know, he's probably dating other people. I'm not trying to get back with my ex at all in any way. Even I know that trying to get back with an ex after what I did is horrible, and it wouldn't be an apology. It would be me trying to go back to the way things were before I fucked up. I'm not trying to be in his life at all, but he won't budge on his decision. Again, nothing is a justification for what I've done, even though PPL is going to insist that it somehow is. This was also my last update about this, and I'm logging off this account. I will continue to live my life while trying within reason to make amends, but thanks for the different perspectives and advice. Bye. Comments. User 1. He wants to try what again? It sounds like you have moved on. The worst thing you could do at this point is to lead the poor guy on. User 2. Poor guy. I just feel so sorry for him. It's great you are trying to make amends, but his entire life was torn apart due to something he didn't do. A 2-year relationship down the drain and you've already moved on with someone else. My heart absolutely breaks for him. I'm curious if he would be willing to get back together again. Why wouldn't you? Considering he did nothing wrong. Just curious. User 3. Kind of feels like she was looking for a way out of the relationship. She went from 0 to 100 in a sec with accusations and bad mouthing and moved on so fast when she thought he had stolen from her. It's all she wanted, I guess. OP updated. Widely different perspectives depending on where you post. I kept getting notifications on my email, which is how I found this post. I'm mostly fine, not that anyone is asking. I'm still sorry, obviously, but my friends' family are reminding me constantly that you can make amends without making it your sole purpose in life, and basically thinking you're a horrible person. I left my posts up because maybe other PPL will read this and not jump to conclusions, despite the evidence they might think they have. My ex is, well, it depends on the day. It's either I don't want to talk to you, or we must be friends. He was in therapy before he met me, but it was a set amount, and through talking to him, he wanted to take more due to everything that's happened. He's been working harder to afford it, and I can't afford it with internships and school. I asked my dad, who offered to pay for what his insurance won't cover for about 6 months. I did offer to pay my dad back when I can, but he said, "The lesson I learned is payment enough." My ex was hesitant at first, but accepted after the 4th time of me asking, so that's what been going on. I also have spoken to his friends who don't like me, but at least they can be there to support him. Eventually, I think he will realize being friends is a bad idea, and that's when I'll go away. Also, to the people who wish me harm in my messages, I owe you nothing, and I'm not the person who hurt you. Also, nothing has happened, so maybe start a support group and pray to a god, maybe throw in a deity, and you will be more successful. Yes, I'm aware that's obnoxious and rude, but I really have no fucks left to give to PPL who wish me harm. I'm also not giving my ex sexual favors like some PPL suggested to fix things. Finally, I realized, wow, you can do something horrible and face virtually no consequences. My family and friends are still with me, and other than my ex's friends not liking me, there haven't been any actual consequences for my behavior. It has just made me so mindful of how I react in the future when faced with situations, since my actions can easily ruin someone's life. So that's all that happened. This will really be my last message on this profile. I'm really logging off. Thank you again for all the advice. Comment. My dad accused me of stealing a $100 bill from his bag of change. I was 15, and he absolutely did not believe me that I hadn't stolen it. He found it months later under the lining of the bag and had to apologize. Comment. My mother accused my teenage daughter of stealing $20 from her wallet once. I vehemently defended her, but she refused to believe me. She found her $20 later in another wallet, but she never apologized, since of course she could never do anything wrong. And apologies are a sign of weakness. Comment. This may reflect the kind of people I've known in my life, but I can guarantee most of them would have pretended they never found that money to avoid mess. Granted, they also would have made something up when saying why they broke up with him, so I guess his reputation wouldn't have been an issue, but still, I give major kudos to this person for taking responsibility and addressing it months after the breakup. I think it was a little overdramatic with the leaving of phone numbers with overseas relatives and so on to explain if future inquiries came in, but after getting slammed in the comments, they probably felt like scum and were compensating. Comment. I once thought someone had stolen an envelope full of cash from me. He was the only one there, the only one who could have taken it. Yet at the same time, I couldn't believe he would. I searched everywhere in my flat for it. Didn't find it. Never said anything to him or anyone else about it. Found it about 2 years later. It was under a bookcase. I'd pulled it out before, but the envelope had stuck hidden underneath. Comment. My ex was stealing from me. I was going crazy, thinking someone was breaking into our apartment. I changed locks, hid stuff. My landlord thought I was crazy. Turned out he had started doing drugs with his mother. And the amount of people who thought I should forgive him was unreal. His aunt contacted me like 6 years later to tell me he had had cancer, like I was going to drop everything to go to him or something. My husband was not amused. So this is the end of the story. Tell me what you think about these stories in the comment section. Like and subscribe for more videos.